Hi guys, this is another model final reveal video, and this is a kit which I've built a couple of times before. Once in my very early youth when I was about maybe 10, and I also built this kit in my ATC days for a modelling project, and in both occasions I never got a good result. I found this kit a little bit, trying to think of the right word, it was a little bit unlucky. It's an unlucky model for me. But when I built this kit for my modelling projects and my YouTube channel, it actually has come out really nice. And I was really surprised of the difference in the result that I've got with this particular kit as opposed to the previous two that I built many years ago. And I think a lot of it has gone down to the fact that I'm probably a lot more patient, better at doing canopy frames nowadays freehand, and I used a different paint to the paint that I used on the previous two kits. The previous two kits I used Matte 30 Humbrol coat, and I haven't used Matte 30 for this one. I've actually used a bronze green coat for this particular helicopter because I wanted it to have a sort of a shiny finish, and I wanted it to be more khaki drab American sort of tone green, and it's come out quite nice. I did use Matte 30 on the rocket pod canister section of the rocket there, but I've also used a silver front section and also tipped them off in red, so the rockets just, looked a little bit better. But this is actually the Matchbox PK9 Bell AH1G Huey Cobra. So all you Matchbox lovers out there, this is the kit that I used. It's a very easy model to build. It didn't give me any issues whatsoever. Everything works on it the way it's supposed to work. The tail rotor rotates. It's a nice model, very nice model, and it's not that inaccurate. It's actually quite accurate. I did paint the fins in red because most of the Bell AH1Gs and UH1s actually had red fins, and certainly all of them in the Vietnam War, apart from the ones after 1970, had red fins, except for the United States Marine Corps ones, but this is a US Army one. I'll just show you the decal that went on. Can you see the decal there for US Army? That went on quite nicely. And then you've got the one on the other side. That's gone on quite nicely as well. Not that many issues. It painted up quite nicely. Yep, interior, it's quite nice. It's quite nice on the interior. The rotor blades don't have an issue going around. The tail rotor doesn't have an issue going around. There's no problems. And the forward gun turret rotates, as you can see, and elevates, as you can see. There we go. So everything on this kit that's supposed to work works, and it doesn't sit on its tail, which all the other kits definitely did. And I did a little trick with this model. I filled the nose comb up with a little bit of lead weight right in the nose here, and that went together quite nicely. Freehand cockpit canopy frame, as you can see. Didn't have any issues with that either. That's gone on quite nice. And I wanted to have this kit to have a nice gloss finish so that the decals applied quite nicely, and the aircraft looks like it's in a museum, or maybe brand new out of the manufacturers. But it's a nice kit. The Matchbox kit is actually quite nice. The interior for a Matchbox kit is relatively detailed as well. It's got two pilot figures, two bulkheads and housings for the seats. It's got two joysticks, and it's what you'd expect from a 72nd scale kit. It's not heavily detailed, but it's not that bad. And the weapons fit is pretty typical of an AH-1G weapons fit during the Vietnam War. The kit is quite nice, does fit together relatively nice, and it's very easy to put together. As Matchbox, all Matchbox models were all really made for children around about, I'd say, 8 to 15 years old. That's where they aimed their models at. And the AH-1G Yeah, it's a nice kit. It does go together quite nicely. I was quite impressed. So anyway, that's the final reveal. The Matchbox PK9's Bell AH-1G Huey Cobra. I opted for the US Army variant, but there are options available for a US Marine Corps. They're both of the prototypes for both the services, as Matchbox often used prototype models and markings for their kits. They wanted to be very quickly on the market with each one. The other thing that's interesting and worthy of note of the Matchbox model is that there weren't many AH-1G Huey Cobras on the market when Matchbox released this kit in 1972. I believe there was an AH-1G from Fujimi, and Revell also released a 1/32nd scale AH-1G. And the thing that's really interesting is that the Matchbox kit was more accurate than either of the two that were released at around about the same time. The Revell 32nd scale kit is not that good, I'll be honest with you. Even though it's 1/32nd scale, it is very impressive, but the cockpit canopy and most of the forward section of the fuselage and the engine section, and where especially this section here where the rotor head goes into the top of the fuselage, on the 32nd scale kit from Revell, it's not very accurate at all. And the cockpit canopy is actually the wrong shape at the front. Yeah, but I did get a nice result with this kit. I was quite impressed with the way it came out. It's quite a nice kit. Yeah, I was quite impressed. So I don't know if I can get a side view of this thing and try and bring this camera down a little bit. Sorry about the sound, guys, but there you go. And that gives you an idea of what this kit looks like. It's quite a nice model. I was quite impressed with it. Quite nice. There we go. That's the Matchbox AH-1G Bell Huey Cobra. Hope this video's been of some use. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye for now.